So, I mean, obviously Michigan's a very good team, right? So we know that if we go into a game against a really good team and we're not on our P's and Q's, that could happen. And we don't want that to happen. So we have to be more mentally locked in this week, physically locked in, everything. Everything we got to be locked in as much as we possibly can be to give us the best chance to win this Saturday.
How much do you lean into the underdog role, and how much do you not want to get caught up in that?
It's been like that all year, so it doesn't really affect us at this point. No one expects us to win, but that's how we've had it all year. That's how we like it at this point, so just got to keep it going.
You like it that way?
A little bit.
How do you explain your success in close games? I mean, Torrey says a lot of it's experience and belief.
Yeah, that's definitely part of it. I think we have a bunch of guys that believe in ourselves and know that we could win those games. We prepare all year long for games like that. That's our big thing, is taking teams to deep water. And when we get them in those situations like that, we know teams aren't as comfortable as we are. We expect games to be like that. We like when games get tough like that, when games get grimy and who could out-tough the other team by the end of the game. We feel like teams start to get softer at that point, and we come alive at those points. So if we can make the game like that on Saturday, I'm very confident in ourselves.
Does it feel like kind of Iowa against the world? Nobody wants you here. How do you guys process that?
We really don't listen to anything that anyone else on the outside's saying, and so I don't know if that's what people are saying or not. But we're just trying to kind of be for us and be inside the building, support each other, and if that's the case, then what the outside world is saying, then so be it. But I don't think that we really care about any of that.
And a lot of times, underdogs are Cinderella stories. I mean, you see it every March in basketball, especially. But it seems like you guys aren't quite, fit that description very well, at least outside. Is that something you guys noticed? You put out a chip on your shoulder, like, hey, nobody even wants it.
I don't know if we noticed that, but I think you talk about the chip on your shoulder. I think everyone should have a chip on their shoulder, where they're at in life, or playing football, regardless of whether you're the favorite or not. And so I don't know if we're the favorite. We're probably not the favorite this game, but it's going to be up to us to just go out and play football and do our job.
Did you know he was going to come on the field there for that last field goal?
Yes, I did, because we kind of got the call at halftime that that Marshall was going to go into the game, which it's a good situation for Marshall to be in, and that's what he's here to do for kick. But at the same time, was it the best thing for Drew to go through? Maybe not, but it's also a learning opportunity for him as well. And what I was probably most proud of was that Drew really got around Marshall during the game and after the game as well. It was never really just about Drew not playing. It was about Marshall going out there and executing a kick. And I think that's what I love most about our specialist room is me, Drew, and Luke are out there quite a bit, and obviously Marshall on the weekend. But Ty and Buddy's role is just as important, kind of pushing us, and they're almost our wingman as well.
I mean, they're real physical. They're real hardworking. They want to run the ball. That's what they want to do. They can pass the ball because they have a lot of athletes out there as well. But I know that they want to establish who they are as a team, as an offense, is establish their dominance. So we have to match that.
We've used the idiom of weathering the storm, which is something you've done all season through all the injuries and the ups and downs. You also do it in a game. What is the key to weathering a storm in the game when inevitably they punch you in the mouth, they get a sack fumble, they get a touchdown? What's the key to bouncing back and staying locked in, which you've done all year?
I mean, that just goes back over to January, whenever we started forming this team, and so it's just the little things that we heard throughout the hallways, throughout the doors, and just how we talk about adversity, and how it's all about the little things for us, really. And when you talk about that, I think about taking it all the way back to summer workouts and just how attacking these long and hard runs that we got to do, and the certain mindset we have to have, and to able to just to deal with that adversity, because we know it's gonna happen. There's gonna be bumps on the roads and whatnot, but it's just the building blocks that we started from all the way back from January.
Does it feel like Iowa just thrives on being an underdog in these types of games? You guys like that role? I mean, I know you're still new here, but do you feel like this program just kind of thrives on being the underdog?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's just like who we are at this point. I mean, I don't necessarily know if we always believe. I don't ever know if we honestly believe that we're ever like really an underdog. But I mean, it's kind of just like to the point where it's like, all right, like we're all gonna it's 0-0 60 minutes. So you know what I mean. So. It's kind of one of those opportunities just to get back out there and compete. I mean, that's all we want to do is we want to get out there and we want to compete. That's what we brand ourselves with.
Why is this team so good in close games? 8-1 in Lincoln this year, and games started at 10 points or less.
Yeah.
And the only loss was the what.
That's kind of all right, let me lock back in. All right, close games. Yeah. And our strength coach did a really good job over the summer. He always talked about just being comfortable in that deep water and being comfortable being uncomfortable. And every single day of the summer, all the workouts, we're getting pushed, or whether we have to push ourselves just in a speed day, whether we have to push ourselves in a conditioning day. Being comfortable being uncomfortable and just trying to maximize ourselves. So then kind of when we get to those moments, we already know how it feels to be uncomfortable.
Not to my own horn, but just I would say probably yards after the catch. Just simple stuff like the screens and stuff like that. I think that's probably a good thing that was brought to the team. You know what I mean? Just to reaching the perimeter and everything like that, and making a move, and not allowing the first guy to tackle me and things like that. So I think that's important.
I realize every team's different, but Maryland scored 24 in Michigan 2 weeks ago. Ohio State scored 24 in Michigan. So it's not. Does that give you confidence? It's not necessarily an unbreakable defense.
Oh yeah, 100%. I would say it's more about us though, at the end of the day. Like just all in all, I would say it's more about us. Like it's not about the defense or anything like that. It's more about us and how we run our business. It's more important.
So as you've been getting prepared for Michigan, like are you guys seeing some things on tape where you're like, we can take advantage of that? That's something that's going to be sort of in your wheelhouse, or are you just seeing challenge after challenge after challenge?
Oh no, one-on-one coverage, things like that. Those are plays that it's up to us. You know what I mean? Like probably just say those are the small challenges and things like that. But I wouldn't say it's a challenge. It's just going to be a football game. You know what I mean? Definitely picking out certain different things that pick up on what we do best against them, and that's just key to just watching film in general. So but it's there are challenges out there. It's gonna be a good game. They're a good team for sure.